Coach Hugo Bruce's determination to secure maximum points in the upcoming qualifier against Congo is palpable. A 6-point haul would guarantee Bafana Bafana's ticket to the 2025 African Cup of Nations, another feather in the cap of our Belgian tactician. Hello and welcome to Soccer Betting News. I'm your host, Deshaun, and with me in studio today is African football expert Mogale Sateche.
Thank you so much, Deshi, for welcoming me, and good day to the listeners.
Mo, Coach Hugo Bruce has asserted that we are yet to witness the real South African football team. Now, of course, he's referring to those fixtures against Uganda and South Sudan, where we were really rescued. Now, do you believe what he said?
Yes, I believe what he said because we are yet to see our boys giving us their 1,000% on the field of play. So I'm quite sure with the past games that we have seen in the domestic league and the domestic cups, I'm sure in terms of the Hugo Bruce in terms of the players that Hugo Bruce currently selected, he is quite sure that he will get different results because it seems like most of the players are really coming to the party.
Yeah, let's just quickly review those two fixtures in our current AFCON group. Now, we first started with a 2-2 draw against Uganda, where Jayden Adams had to come off the bench and score the equalizer, saving Veli Moto his blushes. The next fixture was against South Sudan away from home, where we opened the scoring but fell behind, and eventually Mbata came up clutch again with a stoppage time winner.
Yes, man. I mean, he's been a very pivotal role. He's been playing a pivotal role for the Bafana team, Talent Mbata. Yeah. But yeah, man, what can we say? South Africa is a nation full of quality players. I mean, there are players that came in right now, and we must have faith in those players, and we must support those players as much as we supported Mbata when he was in the team. So I believe that every player right now that is selected in the Bafana squad can be able to deliver because Hugo Bruce has kind of built up a certain mentality across the Bafana team and all the players that comes into the team. So everyone, when they come there, they know what is expected out of them from the coach and from the nation at large. So I don't think a player will come there and not take us serious or not take the coach serious. So I think everybody who's selected now, who will feature for Bafana, they will do their utmost best on the field of play.
Well, the man that actually got the call-up is Mamelodi Sundowns' Patusi Obas. Now, Obas hasn't really featured in the South African top flight this season. I believe he's played up to 12 or 15 minutes, but yet he's got the call-up.
Yes, I mean, coach. The coach believes in certain players, and you can't change that. It happens everywhere. I mean, there are players that can finish like a month without playing, then straight into the starting lineup. So I believe in the absence of Sithole and also Mbata at the present moment. The coach saw it fit that Batusi is the right person to replace those two players who are injured at the present moment. So, but again, now he hasn't been playing, and you understand that when you're playing a team like DRC Congo, they play at a very high tempo. They know the South African football. They are also skillful. They play at a very high pace game. They play the ball on the ground just like us. So yeah, the stamina also and the fitness of the player counts a lot when it comes to such kind of big games. But what can I say? The Pirates players are in the squad, and they've been enjoying a lot of victories and so forth. Let's hope also they will come to the party to carry the momentum of performing well in the league and in the domestic cups to make sure that South Africa wins their game against DRC Congo.
Yeah. Well, there was a few plays that Bruce could have chosen to replace Obas. One of them was Rivaldo Kutsia, possibly even the number 8 of Kaizer Chiefs, Yusuf Mato, maybe the number 8 of Orlando Pirates in Makaula.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. But another thing, I think the reason why Makaula was overlooked because he was stretched off during the MTN 8 Cup final against Stellis. Sometimes as a coach, you need to improvise. When such kind of things happen, you are supposed to think quickly and see how you can be able to maneuver and rotate your squad. Honestly, I would have loved to see Lehlohonolo Mujela Mandela in the squad, and they could have tried maybe to improvise and see how to balance that midfield with the current players that have been selected. But I mean, the coach, like I said, the coach has had his own plans, and the coach saw that Batusi saw him fit as a player who could replace the injured players, regardless of the names of the players that you've just counted, that you just mentioned at the present moment. So let's hope and believe that when Batusi is given the responsibility to play on the field of play, he will play that part. He's not new to the Bafana camp or to the Bafana team. He knows what is expected of him. When he was still playing at TS Galaxy, doing very well before Sundowns bought him. Actually, before Sundowns bought him, Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, all these three big teams were on his radar. So we know what Batusi is capable of as an individual player or as a player. So it's not like Bruce called someone that we know is going to fumble or whatever. Batusi is quite a formidable player. And when given a chance, honestly speaking, he always takes it.
Well, of course, one player that has come into the fray is Chippa United's Kwaiba. Now, Kwaiba has started a few games this season and is a first-team regular for Chippa. Do you think he's actually going to start this weekend at Nelson Mandela Bay? Because, you know, that is his home stadium for his domestic club in Chippa United.
I mean, he has performed very well, and even last year throughout the half season where he played those games, he was one of the standout Chippa players that you can point out and said he really helped the team to keep their momentum and so forth. He's not a bad player. Now he's given the platform to showcase what he's capable of. He's given the platform to go and be part of the national team. He must take the national pride in it and show us that he can also give the national team something. One thing that I always want to allude when it comes to the national team is that it's not a club thing or whatever. You always need to grab your chance or your opportunity when it is granted to you. Because you have how many clubs in the PSL? 16 teams. You have how many clubs you have how many players playing abroad in South Africa? So all those players are gunning for those type of opportunities. The likes of the likes of Pesita have been omitted for this AFCON qualifiers. You get my point? Yeah. So it really shows how much Hugo Bruce has set the level in terms of the type of players that he wants in the Bafana team.
Yeah. All right. Well, one player that actually will miss this round of fixtures is Jayden Adams. Now, Hugo Broos said that he had to drop Adams due to disciplinary issues. The rumor is that he did not arrive for training at the Bafana camp. Now, do you believe that was a correct decision by Hugo Broos to make in dropping him?
We know how strict he is, and we know that he doesn't, he say it like it is. Yeah. And if it's one of those measures that he implements as the coach, as the nation, we have to respect that. I mean, we don't complain when international coaches do that. Alex Ferguson once banned players like Wayne Rooney and so forth to maintain and instill discipline in his team. So if Hugo Bruce is doing that to maintain discipline in his team, let it be. Jayden Adams needs to know that he has to respect the national flag and take pride in it. You can't be called and all of a sudden come in late. If Pirates players manage to arrive in time, as you can give reasons that I had a game to play over the weekend, your opponent's team players, they managed to arrive on time. What could be your reason of not arriving in time and so forth? I mean, you could have valid reasons, but I mean, the least you can do is to communicate in hand. But if there is no communication, it means there is miscommunication. The coach will assume and the coach will put disciplinary measures as he wants to put them.
Well, one of those opponents you mentioned was Relobehila Mofokeng. Now, the Pirates youngster is set to play this weekend for Bafana Bafana. Do you think he should start the fixture or come off the bench? Because you saw in the MTN8 final, Jose Rivero, his club manager, did call upon him to come off the bench and impact the game, and what an impact he had, eventually playing a part in both those late goals for Pirates.
You know what they call him? His nickname? Raitoma Raifeta. It means we start it and we will finish it. That's what it means. So whether he starts the game or whether he finds the game in the middle or whether he gets introduced at the end, his name is Raitoma Raifeta. the minute he gets introduced in the game, he will complete his course. He will complete whatever job that he has to complete when he's on the field of play. I mean, what else can we say about Relebohile Mofokeng? So much. 3 finals already, 3 medals for him at the age of 19, 50 appearances for the final, for the Pirates first team. And we can see this boy is young. He needs to be protected. You can see in his mind, you can see through his actions, he just wants to play soccer. Whether he starts or whether he comes from the bench, Relebohile Mofokeng always leaves a mark and perform to his highest level.
Mo, wow, you've done an absolutely fantastic job in singing his praises. Let's take it back to the fixture. Now, we started off by saying Bruce won 6 points. I won 6 points. Are we going to get the 6 points this weekend?
Look, I believe that we can get that 6 points. Nothing is impossible. We've got all the players. We've got all the material to take the 6 points and win all the games and go to the AFCON 2025 without now having to make calculations. South Africa has got quality players now. We must stay away from multiplications and division signs when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers and the AFCON qualifiers, because we've got players who can single-handedly win games for us and win games for us as a team and take us straight into these qualifiers and do well and even win these tournaments. Ronwen Williams is back. What a good thing. The guy who motivates the team and everything. Grant Kekana is there. I mean, look, the team is still there. The team is intact. This is not a train smash. CVC came back, played for Pirates on Saturday, the whole 90 minutes. I was very much happy. No errors, performed to his highest expectation that we know. No blunders and so forth. So he's slowly but surely coming back into the form. Then I believe that all the players that are currently there right now, they can give Bafana the last 6 points, and we can go and play our AFCONs without any hesitations on having to scratch our heads.
Mo, in closing, give me your prediction. Who's going to score?
My predictions, 2-0 to Bafana.
Who's going to score the goal?
Right, Tomarai Feta and also Ingram Reyners.
Well, football fans, you've heard it right here from African football expert Mokhale Sateke calling a 2-0 victory for Bafana Bafana. Do let us know what you think is going to happen in the game and what your scoreline predictions are. If you haven't already, please like the video and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. From all of us in studio, thanks and goodbye.
It's a shooby!
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.